Hi, welcome to my slow traveling vlog. If you're new here, thank you for clicking. I'm Neha, an Indian living in Ireland. I'm currently pursuing my PhD in Dublin, and I'm also a writer. And through this channel, I share little bits and pieces of my thoughts, writing, and my life. I hope you feel at home here. So, where am I going? My partner lives in Valencia, Spain, and I in Dublin, Ireland. So we've been in a long distance relationship for many years. And quite often, I make trips across the many ponds to go visit him. I usually get the visa for traveling for a short period, so I try to make the most of the number of days I'm legally allowed to travel across Europe by visiting my partner, his family, and my cousin. And that's why you're going to see a lot of flights through this video. So let's start off our journey from Dublin to Valencia. Recently, I came across an interesting term called slow traveling. Its meaning is pretty straightforward: to travel slowly. But what does that imply? Slow doesn't just mean with respect to time. Traveling slowly means traveling with intention, without listicles and things to do lists guiding you, but with your intuition and your mood guiding you. Traveling slowly means traveling meaningfully and making most of the place you visit in the way that you want to. Sometimes, because we put in a lot of money in our traveling, we tend to want to cover all the important sites a country has to offer. But traveling is not just about what the place has to offer, but also about what you take away from what it has to offer. And I believe that the best travel moments are experienced when you not just see new things, but also find things you connect with in the city you're visiting. Slow traveling allows you to spend time with the people you love or with yourself if you're traveling solo, without the pressure of ticking everything off the travel bucket list. Because at the end of the day, you cannot actually cover everything in a place you travel to. Then how do you make the most of it without feeling like you're missing out? By trying to take away little pieces of special experiences that may or may not be through visiting the conventional sites. For me, traveling to Valencia was never about seeing everything there is. In fact, I haven't even seen much of the city. I didn't visit the Arts and Science Center or even the beach. For me, Valencia always meant the city where my partner lives. So it was like another home, a home away from the real India home and from the new Dublin home. I saw so many parts of his life, his house, workplace, met his friends. I saw all the places he used to describe. It felt so different to actually be seeing the places and areas he used to talk so much about over the phone. Look at what has become of my hair here because of the humidity. Just look at this. So, after spending a few days at his place, we headed on to Prague in the Czech Republic to visit his family. But as always, layover flights are cheaper, so we took a 14-hour layover at Frankfurt, Germany. My cousin lives in Germany, so she came down to Frankfurt to meet us. We spent the day walking around the city, going to amazing restaurants and enjoying the sun. After we ate a lot, we really didn't feel like moving much, so we sat on a bench for hours and talked about, well, everything. This is what slow traveling really means to me. Again, I didn't see everything Frankfurt has to offer, but I did have a beautiful time with my cousin and partner, and that's what Frankfurt offered me. Cultural diversity. We finally got to Prague and it was, like always, beautiful. We were visiting family there, so I didn't take too many videos. Trust me, I love taking videos and pictures. It's my most favorite thing to do. But I needed that break. I never realized how much time I needed to just breathe, relax, have home-cooked meals as I did in Prague. For days, I didn't even check my phone, and that felt like a refresher. Sometimes slow traveling gives you the best of both worlds. You get to relax, and you get to do that in a completely new place. We had a great time in Prague. My favorite was when we sat on the grass for hours, just listening to old Bollywood music, suggesting songs we like, and singing along. I love moments like these. Before we knew it, we were headed back to Valencia, but with a layover again on the way. This time, we had a couple of hours in Zurich, Switzerland. If I'm being honest, I have grown to love the slow moments. We are in Zurich and the weather is really good, so I'm happy. I've never been the slow traveling type, never actually wanting to stop at a roadside cafe to spend hours drinking coffee and chatting away. I always believed that we have to use our time wisely, and I used to run against time, and I used to feel that sitting around and doing nothing is a waste of time. Maybe it's being in Europe that has helped me change that outlook of mine. The cafe culture here is amazing and really helps slow you down. Maybe it's living alone that changed my mind. Because maybe now I respect and enjoy the company of others more. Or maybe I've just grown up and realized that running behind time and schedules can do only one thing: make you feel tired. And just like that, we said goodbye to Zurich and we were back to my partner's place in Valencia, just for a few days before we headed to the last destination of this trip. Guys, Spanish supermarkets are so nice. There are so many options for everything. Throughout my trip, I realized that despite taking so many flights, layovers, sleeping at airports, and visiting so many cities, I was not exhausted. I attribute this only to slow traveling and, of course, to my partner because he makes me feel happier and less worried and tired in life. Our last destination was Lisbon, Portugal. My partner had a conference and I had some submissions, so our already slow traveling became even slower. Hello from Lisbon. We spent a lot of our time working, and we went out whenever we got the chance. The weather was stunning. Lisbon straight up reminded me of Mumbai. I even felt a bit homesick, so we went to visit some Indian restaurants because food always helps. What did I learn from all of these beautiful experiences? My biggest lesson was that time will move forward anyway, irrespective of whether you pack it with schedules or not. So why not accept that and flow with it? I learned that there is a beauty in slowness. It gives you time to process. It gives you space to grow. Happiness after buying books from the world's oldest bookstore. And no doubt, the best part of my whole journey was that I had so much fun. And at the end of it all, we are all striving for that, aren't we? I can't. With the upslope and the downslope in the city, it's insane. The camera is not slanting. That's just how the city is. And then it was time to go back home. If you're interested to see what exactly we did in each of the places we visited, do check out my Instagram page. I've linked it below. I've posted tons of pictures and videos about all the little things we did in these cities, and you'll love it. It would mean the world to me if you subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell. And lastly, thank you for trusting my video with your time. Until next time, bye.